Hi guys! In today's video we'll be working on this Centaur doll. This was the most requested fairy tale creature for me to make a doll of, so I hope you enjoy. For this project I used the Avea Trotter Monster High doll, which is supposed to be a hybrid between a Centaur and a harpy. The doll comes with a lot of accessories, which I removed as the first thing. So here's what the actual doll looks like. I started by working on the head, and the first thing I did was to remove all the hair. The ears originally sat on top of her head, much like that of a horse, which I didn't really like because I didn't think that it would fit a Centaur, so I decided to gently cut them away and then attach them back on the side of the head using head pins that stuck into the plastic of the head, because I gave it a more elf-like appearance, which I liked a lot more. Now that both ears has been reattached, we're gonna use some Acetone nail polish remover to remove the factory paint of the face. Then I primed the face using the Mr. Super Clear spray for 3 layers before I use my watercolor pencils, a few shades of pastels, and also some silver alcohol ink for the actual repaint. I started by very lightly sketching on the eyes, and when I was happy with the look of them, I went in and pressed a lot harder with the pencil to define the lines. For the color of the lips, I used a pink shade of pastel, which is the same shade that I used to blush the face. I wanted her eyes to be completely silver to make them very magical, and for this I used some silver alcohol ink and just painted that on, but you could also use acrylic paint. I kept my color scheme for this repaint very simple, so I just added white for highlights, pink for the general shading and blushing, and then black for the deeper shade. At this point, I sprayed it again to seal in my progress, and then I started working on top to deepen all the shades. To really darken the eyeliner, I used the watercolor effect of my black pencil. I sprayed it yet again, so I could work on top another time, deepening all the shades, and then finally adding the highlight of the eyes. Then I gave her the final seal to lock everything in, before I glued on eyelashes and glazed the eyes and lips. For the hair, I used some 100% acrylic yarn, which I turned into doll hair and glued it into wefts. I have a video showing how to do this and make a whole doll wig in a previous video, which I'll link you to in the cards. I glued the hair directly onto the head, but you could also make a wig if you want to. Once you've added all the hair, you can style her however you like. Now let's work on the body. I removed the tail before using some white acrylic paint to cover the entire body. Then you're gonna need some fluffy doll hair, and you can also use yarn and start gluing this around the hooves. It's very important that you only glue the hair up until the joints and around them, but not directly in them, because if you glue them you won't be able to pose the doll, and I used the longer hair here to kind of hide the joints. Next you're gonna cut the hair finely into flocking powder, and then you're going to glue this onto the majority of the body. And here's the whole body covered. It's still poseable, all the joints work, but they're no longer very visible due to the longer hair. For the tail, I just took some grey doll hair and glued it in place. I decided to switch out the hands to make them fit the body a little more, so I used a pair of Draculaura hands, painted them with a bit of acrylic paint, and stuck them on. To create a very simple top, I took some masking tape and stuck it onto the doll in the shape I want the top to have, before I peeled it off and traced it onto some paper. Then I traced it onto some faux leather, cut it out, sewed together the slits before closing it on the doll with a pair of Velcro. As a final touch, I used some fine silver chain and added this around the wrists and neck. And here's the final doll all together. I'm really happy with how this turned out, so I really hope you enjoyed this project. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys with a new one real soon. Bye!